If you look back at all the amazing things we've done with the Bugatti Veyron, you could be forgiven for thinking it's the fastest car on the planet. The fact is, though, it isn't, you see, because this car will do 253 miles per hour, but there's now a car in America called the Shelby Ultimate Aero that will do 256 miles per hour. So that, officially, is the world's fastest production car, not this old knocker. The Germans are not pleased. So, behind closed doors in the Bugatti Skunk Works, they've created this. It's called the Super Sport. It's the Veyron's last hurrah, and it's been built with just one purpose: to be the undisputed fastest production car ever made. On this car, the 0 to 60 time is the same as it is on the standard Bugatti Veyron, 2.5 seconds. But after that, all is utterly changed. 0 to 100 miles per hour now takes just 4.5 seconds, which is the same as the 0 to 60 time of a Porsche 911 GT3. And this will go on to an alleged top speed of 258 miles per hour. Naturally, that means the Super Sports has more power. Now, the standard Veyron famously has 1,000 horsepower. This Super Sports version has 1,200 horsepower. So why, you might wonder, does it need the power of a Golf GTI added to it just to do another 5 miles per hour? Well, the reasons are quite complicated, and I've been barred by the producer from explaining them properly. So here instead is the primary school explanation. Well, the issue is the air, which has genuine substance once you're trying to move through it. The faster you go, the thicker the air effectively becomes. At 100 miles an hour, it's like aerosol whipped cream. But at 200 miles an hour, it's more like a very thick treacle. And at 250 miles an hour, it's like trying to drive through a fruitcake. And cutting through the fruitcake requires more than just brute force, which is why this Veyron has a new super slippery body and a new super high price, up from 1 million to 1.6 million pounds. Anyway, big, fast Shelby American car thingy, your gauntlet has now been picked up by the one they call Der Langsamer, the slow one. Captain Slow to you. The setting for this Judgment Day run is Volkswagen's top-secret test track at Ehre-Lessien, a massive complex built in a former Cold War no-fly zone near the old East German border. At its heart is this 13-mile oval-shaped track, which includes this 5.5-mile Arrow Straight. It's one of very few places on Earth where you can actually max a Bugatti Veyron. Nothing was left to chance by the Bugatti boffins. We even had to wait until the middle of the day, when the air was at its thinnest, before I was finally given the all-clear to run. There's one small thing making me very slightly apprehensive. I said, how long do the tyres last at 258 miles an hour? And they said, well, we know how long they last at 248 miles an hour. It's 37 miles. I said, yeah, but what about 258 miles an hour? And well, what they actually said to me was, ask an admiral how deep his submarines can really go. He doesn't know until they try it. As I ventured onto the track, I was quite glad that they aren't ordinary tyres, but ones that cost £20,000 a set. I do feel a nervousness about that extra 5 miles per hour.
It takes me beyond the known borders of car performance. I'm hanging my ass over the ragged edge like Chuck Yeager. Anyway, concentrate.
The super accurate speedo read in kilometres, so the magic number we'd be looking for is 414 kilometres per hour.
If I reach maximum speed, I will be drinking fuel at the rate of 1.7 gallons a minute. The radiators will be sucking through 4 tons of air an hour.
Just before the 5.5 mile straight is some steep banking, which I'd have to enter at exactly 125 miles an hour.
And then I have to change down as I pass a series of bollards, ready to give it the beans as I come out the other end. Here we go, here's the banking. Here comes the first bollard. Change down 1. Here's a bollard. Change down 2. Here's a bollard. Change down 3 times. Godspeed, Captain Slow! Whoa! Bloody hell, look at the speed of that! I'm doing 258, 206, I'm going faster than I can speak. 300, 320. That is amazing, it's so stable. I'm already up to 340. Bloody Nora! It's unbelievable, look how fast everything's going past! There's 400.
In Queen's English, that's 248 miles per hour.
Come on, come on, come on! I'm past my old record.
Now we were into the unknown.
It's slightly twitchy. Come on! Come on! Yes! Buzz, Chuck, think I may have whooped your ass. Whoop, whoop.
And the speedo kept climbing.
Bloody hell, that was exciting.
Suggesting that now we open the Guinness Book of World Records next year and it says fastest man on earth, James May.
Not exactly.
What do you mean, not exactly?
Well, after I'd done my run, Bugatti sent their test driver out because he thought he'd like a crack at it, and this is what happened. So there he goes, he's got to do a run in each direction and take an average. There's my old record already going for a Burton. As we can see, the speedo is still climbing. There's him celebrating. I added my congratulations soon afterwards. Damn him.
So he obviously did it both ways, which you have to do.
Yep.
And what was his average then?
431 kilometres an hour.
And what's that in Church of England?
267.
In a car with windscreen wipers?
And a CD player.
In a road car. That's staggering. We ought to find out really how fast this goes around the track. Anybody want to see that? Yes! OK, well that of course means handing it over to our tame racing driver. Some say the Scottish released him a little bit too soon. And that he spent all week pushing an effigy of Rubens Barrichello through his desk fan. All we know is he's called the Stig. And he's off, and just look how fast that thing fires off the line, smoking all 4 tyres. Okay, first corner, simply flies into there. It's almost cartoonishly fast. It's just sensational. And in the midst of this ferocious speed, still has a stereo to listen to. Takes it gently around Chicago. Now popping off the limiter, hammerhead, air brake goes vertical, generating 0.7 G of braking, same as the actual brakes of a Fiesta. 50 kilos lighter than the original Veyron, but still a heavy car. Your brain honestly can barely take in how fast this thing is. What's really weird is it hardly makes any noise. Listen, just staggering. 2 corners to go. That is, here we go, using all the grip of those 20 grand tyres. This is the Stig on maximum attack, and there he is across the line. So, here's the old Veyron, look, 118.3. We're expecting this to be a little bit faster.
Yep.
But is it fast enough? Well, look at these. These are the 117s. The Gumpert, the Scurry, and so on. Well, this one, the Super Sport, did it in 1:16.8. Fastest car ever to go around our track.